Just woke up this morning, daughter came in and said, can we play some of those games on the TV? So we checked out, I can't remember what it's called, it's like a kind of a post-apocalyptic kind of puzzle game, which is really good. And now we're going to try out Alba, which is fairly new and we haven't tried yet. Out for my morning walk, still listening to the Billable Hours podcast. It's a bit windy, I haven't got my microphone with me. I bought a microphone last week, in case you missed that, which has definitely improved my audio, but it's not perfect when I just want to come out and just have my phone in my pocket, which is what I'm using to record with, so apologies if it's loud. Yeah, it's good, really pleased. I closed all my rings 7 days for the last 7 days, so that's really good. Really pleased with that. That's not something I've done before, and I'm really pleased that I'm making the effort to do it, because I really need to do that. I need to lose a bit of weight, if I'm perfectly honest, and I'll probably do a quick weigh-in later, because it's been a few days, but yeah, so far it's progress. Feel healthier, you know, it's essential stuff after a Christmas of food. So today marks 7 days of doing daily vlogs, and I didn't really know what to expect really. I just sort of did it on the first day. I thought that'd be a fun thing to do. I start recording it, and I've almost tried to sort of start this a few times, but I kind of record a few things during the day, and then by the end of the day I don't feel like editing it together, or I don't think it'll be interesting. And for some reason I just thought I'd pursue it. I don't know, like the lease of life from a new year or something just meant I could just go for it. So I did, and I'm really pleased. And I've had some lovely comments from people on YouTube and Twitter, which is kind of the two places I'm mostly active, and that's been wonderful. So if you commented or subscribed or liked one of the videos, or even just watched it to the end, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So one thing I just want to make sure that people understand is that I have children, and I have two children, a 5-year-old and a near 2-year-old. And we sit down in the evenings usually, or at the weekend, and I'll usually put on a few things on YouTube, on the TV, and we'll sit and watch them together. And a lot of them tend to be like building a log cabin kind of things, because I think they're somewhat educational for children, but also they're interesting. I find them interesting. I've built obviously my office that I'm sat in now, and I still find that kind of thing interesting. And it's a nice thing to be able to do. However, there doesn't seem to be a way on YouTube to kind of filter out the things that have potential swearing in them. There's no kind of rating system like PG, 12, 15. If you're in the UK, those are the kind of things for rating movies and stuff. There doesn't seem to be anything like that for YouTube, at least I can tell. So I just want to make sure that you understand that if you watch any of my vlogs with your children, there won't be any swearing in them or bad language of any kind. Anything like that, and I'll always make sure that the content is suitable, because that's what I would want for my children. If I was sat on YouTube, sat down on the sofa in my living room, and I had YouTube on the TV, and we were watching a vlog, I wouldn't want any kind of bad language or anything that I don't know, that would be inappropriate for their ages of a 5 and a 2-year-old. So yeah, I just want to make sure that was known. Thought it was just worth going through kind of what my morning looks like, my average sort of working week morning. Alarm goes off at 6, breakfast changed, usually out for a walk on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays are a bit different because my son goes to nursery for a longer day. And then it's into the office, support messages for my 2 WordPress plugins, better notifications for WP and Content Notify. And that usually takes about 45 minutes with emails as well. And then it's kind of straight into work. So it's 9:30 now, and I'm going to get cracking. Just had my mum phone me in a bit of a tizzy. She's got an iPhone SE, the first generation one, and she's an adult carer, and it keeps switching itself off and the battery keeps going up and down kind of on the phone. I remember having that problem on my iPhone 6 before as well, and the fix was to get a new battery. And fortunately, iFixit have iPhone SE replacement batteries with all the tools that you need to replace it for just $27.99. So I not affiliated. This vlog is not affiliated with iFixit. I just thought that was a really good deal, and it's great that you get all the little bits and pieces, and you know that they're probably going to be quite reputable. So I've ordered that for her, and I'm going to have to make a trip at some point a bit further than I normally would in order to replace this for her, which I'm comfortable doing, but it just got to work out the logistics of it. So I cleaned my keyboard before starting back some point just before Christmas, and it was just looking a bit grimy. You know, it's white, sort of like an off-white kind of colour, and it needed a bit of a clean. I've had it for less than a year, but you know, using it every day, you need to clean it. Anyway, I was just using it, and I looked down and I had to do a double take. I've never spotted it before, but that is not right. You, sir, you are upside down. Trying to do this one-handed is impossible. There we go. And behold, the naked key is revealed. There. Fixed. Shopping's arrived. Kitchen is chaos. Does anybody else have one of those things where they look at the clock and it's the same time all the time? Whenever they check it, it's always a certain time. That's the time for me. Leet. Leet is always the same time for me. Just updated my better notifications for WP Twitter account with the new logo, and that's kind of fade on the banner. It's looking good. Just gives a little indication to some people that things are happening in the background, updates are happening, things are changing. So I had a bit of a funny moment a minute ago. My wife went to pick up my son from nursery, and all of a sudden my light switched off above me, and I thought, I'm pretty sure I've set the automation so that everything doesn't just switch off when one of us leaves the house. I'm pretty sure it has to be both of us. Anyway, she just gave the personal assistant a voice command that said turn off all the lights, and that also meant mine. So what I'm doing now is I'm creating a second. In Home Assistant you have HomeKit bridges, and one bridge kind of contained all your HomeKit accessories, HomeKit controller. And what I'm doing is I'm assigning one bridge to home, and then I've created a separate home in the home app on my iPhone to be my office, kind of seeing the office and the house as two separate places. So I'm assigning the home bridge to the home place, and then the office bridge to the office place within the home app. And then I'm going through and manually assigning specific devices to one or the other in my configuration file. So it's a bit fiddly. It's not quite as easy as I would have thought. It would have been nicer to be able to say, I want this HomeKit accessory, HomeKit controller in Home Assistant to be assigned to this bridge, and this one to be assigned to this bridge. But I'm guessing that most people only have one home that are using Home Assistant, I guess. So anyway, but I'm just about getting there, and I think it's working now, so that's good. All my other Home Assistant kind of automations that I was having troubles with last week, I've more or less fixed. So my heater's working really well. I've set that basically to come on. I'm using time as the trigger, so I'm setting it to come on at 7:30 and switch off at 4:30, and then I'm periodically checking the temperature, just saying every 15 minutes or every 5 minutes or something, and then if it's above and below, then turn it on or off respectively. So, and that seems to be working really well. I do need to sort out the weekend ones, because particularly this weekend the temperature really plummeted, and because I had the window open a little bit in the office, it got quite cold in here. Not that I was in here, but I'd like to keep the temperature above a certain degrees Celsius, just for the sake of the equipment that's in here and so on. So yeah, but otherwise the car's working well. Lights really working well that I got yesterday, and I'm really enjoying it now. I've kind of gotten into my stride with Home Assistant, I feel, and I'm really starting to get to grips with it now, which is great. So a little bit more progress today on the better notifications for WP website. I've been working on the add-on pages. I mean, this is far from finished, but it's looking a lot better now. So we've got a page per add-on, which is looking a lot nicer. So yeah, it's moving from the top. It's kind of similar to the home page. You've got features, which I need to separate out into not a long list of features. And then screenshots, reviews from this particular add-on, and then pricing as well. And as you can see, I haven't done anything with pricing yet. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. It's looking good. The homepage hasn't received much love, I don't think, but yeah, I'm really pleased with the progress that this site is making. I'm really hoping to be able to kind of get all this out really by the end of next week, I would have thought, or maybe the end of this week. But yeah, it's looking really good. Slightly special night tonight. 7 years ago today, I proposed to my wife. So we're just having some olives, a bit of wine. We're gonna have a nice, I think we're going to have spaghetti chorizo carbonara. So yeah, I think I'll probably end the vlog here actually. I don't think I need to say anything at the end of the day. I've had a good day. So on that note, good night.